Alright guys, welcome to the live. Working a little bit of pistol to rifle transitions. Hey guys, if you have any questions as you're watching, please let me know. I haven't done a live in a little while. Got a lot of people joining us. I like to do my daily dry fire. I've been kind of lacking on it the past couple weeks, couple months, I should say. It's been crazy busy. So I'm finally back to my regular routine, my regular training, all my regular things, which I don't like going off of, but you know, it's a good thing if I don't have time to do it. It means I'm busy, I have a lot of work to do. One thing that I've been really sucking at lately is my rifle to pistol transitions. And that's something that I'm going to be practicing for the next couple weeks, I should say. Both dry fire and live fire, of course. So I always say, practice these things dry fire first, get your reps in, and then go practice it on live fire. Don't waste your ammo figuring things out. Cool. So let's see how it's done. I'm going to do it nice and slow. Checking the surroundings, bringing that rifle up, seeing what's going on. And we're good to go. I'm not going to do the entire transition today. I'm just going to practice on the mechanic of switching over. So let's see how it's done. Hey guys, if you have any questions as you're watching along, let me know. And yes, I know I'm practicing outside the waistband here. It's Trex Arms holster. Not the most ideal thing, but it's kind of my course, my instructor setup for courses where I need kind of everything accessible to me. So it's not my everyday rig, obviously, but it is my instructor setup. So that's why I like to train from it. If I ever decide to go into law enforcement or something like that, it's good to have that outside the waistband draw. Probably be upgrading to a Safariland level 2 or level 3 holster at some point as well. But that's what I'm working today with my X95. So let's see how it's done. How do I like the Enforce light? So far so good. I would prefer a Surefire, however they're very expensive. So this is what I got now. I've had this light for like 2 years and no issues, so you know, yeah, that's what I want to get, the ALS rig. It's not on my top priorities list, so I'm kind of holding off of it right now, but eventually I'll get an ALS Safariland holster, just for kind of a level 2 setup. I don't really have use for it besides just when I teach law enforcement, or if I want to run it as kind of an instructor on a basic pistol course. Most of the time, if you come to my courses and it's a pistol course, I'll be running everything IWB as I would in day-to-day life. There is some good to running an outside the waistband rig, just to work purely the draw, just to work purely mechanics. But as a civilian, you should really be thinking about how you carry every day and train as you carry. So, Glock price, I don't know what that question is. I don't know, however much it's retail. I love Streamlight. They make really great handheld lights. Actually, I have one on me right now. And they have very affordable lights as well. I'll probably be getting one from IWI soon as well. I need something with a pressure pad. I prefer pressure pad. It's kind of what I'm used to for my service. But this is my handheld light. I use this literally all the time, every day. Great for looking for your dog's poop, or searching in your car, or looking for a potential threat, right? So good things to know. As well, here in Texas, we have lots of snakes coming up right now in the springtime, summertime, so it's good. Says me, need to do it to work class once I drop it back. Man, don't worry about fitness, we'll scale everything to your ability, just come out and train. Opinions on the Olight. I don't have any opinions on the Olight, I've never used it. They seem to be kind of like Surefire knockoffs. My Brazilian friends really like them, so yeah. Que é a loja que vende pela internet? Que você quer comprar? Okay, back to practice, guys. And one thing I noticed, I don't know why I picked up habit, but I'm holding my breath all the time. Not good to hold your breath. Try to exhale whenever possible. Get you more relaxed. And what I like to do is kind of fast reps and then slow it down, slow reps. Fast reps and slow down, slow reps. And also try not to talk as you're practicing. By the way, this is one of my favorite Glocks actually. This is slide work done by my sponsor, MF Defense. And I really, really like the slide. Besides just being lighter, slightly lighter recoil impulse felt as a result of that. It's very grippy and especially useful here in the summer months in Texas where you're just sweating. I literally walked the dog 10 minutes and I was covered in sweat earlier, so it's something that's nice to have here. Back to it. And of course, you always want to try to add movement, but for right now, we're just going to work pure mechanics. Pure mechanics. Cool. Let's go and... So one thing that I always notice on these rifle transitions is that people tend to do two things. They're one, inefficient, and two, not very safe. So when I see that transition, I see a lot of people swing that rifle sideways, which is obviously if you're on the line, it's a big problem. And two, it's not very efficient. It's much quicker just to go straight down and set it in that good position that you want instead of going in that big arc. So think efficiency, guys. And guys, in terms of safety, always safety in between. Right, when you're doing that transition, always safety. This could be a malfunction. This could be something you thought is a malfunction. We don't want that trigger to get caught on something, and then you're, shooting your leg, shooting your buddy. So always safety when you transition. Yes, it does slow you down just a tad bit, but safety first. So let's see it from the side. And if you guys notice, I don't perform a bolt check when I transition, so I don't see what the malfunction is and then transition. I go immediately. Why? Because I'm going to a different weapon. It doesn't matter. I can check it later. My priority right now is hitting rounds on target. So once again, by the way, this transition should take about 2 seconds, 2.5 seconds, something like that. It should be faster than your reload. I try to keep them around 2 seconds. Of course, it depends on your distance and reaction time and fatigue and so on. Don't be too concerned with it. It's not a competition, but try to do it as fast as possible. We're talking about basically anything that's 20, 25 meters in. Transição de rifle a pistola. Sim. Alright, let's go again. Now, I do see this as one of the things that are more relevant for police than military, because in military, a lot more times you're working in teams, so your rifle is down, you're ducking, your teammate is coming in. But it is a good skill to know, and as always, it's just good to build your skill level and practice different things, practice transitioning between platforms, and so on and so forth. So, just something to think about. Obrigado, tio. É uma camisa do Urban Combat aqui nos Estados Unidos. Gosto muito. Guys, if you have any questions as we're watching, se vocês têm perguntas, por favor, fala pra mim, guys. Feel free to ask. That's why I do these lives. I don't really care much to go on camera otherwise. So let's keep watching. And little pivots. And guys, by the way, this is a Vortex UH1 that I've been running for quite some time now. So far, so good. My only issue is the dot is just not bright enough, and that's probably because it's a 1 MOA dot. So you always got to find that balance. I think a 2 MOA dot is more ideal for a red dot in general. But if you have this with magnifier, I think it's a great combo to have. So just something to think about. Hey guys, once again, if you're joining us, we're talking about rifle to pistol transitions. You can see I'm working outside the waistband because this is my instructor work, right? This is what I use when I'm teaching classes. However, when I'm teaching rifle classes, to be more specific, if I'm teaching pistol classes, guys, if I'm teaching specifically pistol or concealed pistol, guess what? I'm carrying my everyday carry, which is usually Glock 26 or Glock 19. I don't run courses with some crazy 17 with an RMR and all the bells and whistles. I run stock. But it's nice if you just want to practice mechanics to just practice outside the waistband, practice from like a duty setup, so to speak. Quais foram as novidades este ano na Urban Combat? What was new? Não, mais ou menos igual, low light, pistola, rifle, tudo igual. Alright, let's keep going. Do I think it's a good idea to have a gun in the car? No, do not leave guns in your car. That's what I think about that. If you do, make sure they're locked in a way where they cannot be stolen if someone breaks the window in your car. I've heard too many people getting their guns stolen out of their car, and then where did those guns go? Back to used to rob you, to steal from you, to kidnap, and so on. So don't leave guns in your car. I hate doing it. If I absolutely have to, I do it, but I avoid it at all costs. I'd rather leave my gun at home than in my car. Cars get broken into all the time, so don't do it unless you have a good lockbox. There's plenty of companies that sell gun safes for vehicles. They're pretty solid, like Truck Vault and a bunch of other ones. So avoid leaving guns in your car. If you do, make sure they're well hidden, well stashed away. Be creative in the way you stash them. And so, but don't leave guns in your car. Please don't do that, guys. I know too many people have gotten their guns stolen and that was used in a crime. So be smart. Don't leave your guns in the car. Don't make it easy for criminals. A good question. Guys, if you're just joining us, like I said, rifle to pistol transition, working with my Tavor today. It's useful. What is it useful for? Primarily for law enforcement applications, some military application. Just so you guys know, a lot of military units don't use pistols. Why? Because rifles are better than pistols. Why would you have a pistol if you have a rifle? And most rifles are fairly reliable nowadays. Even if your rifle fails, you usually have 2 or 3 or 4 buddies right next to you that can put down fire. Also, the big thing with pistols for militaries, it's just another thing they have to buy, maintain, deal with, and it's just something that's more prone to accidents. So even in the IDF, very few units use them, and even the ones that do have accidents. I don't want to say on a regular basis, but at least once a year you hear about someone getting shot with their own pistol or shooting someone else with their own pistol on accident. So just something to think about. I would not get a Mapro if I have an Endpoint. Endpoints are really, really good. Mapros are so-so. If you are going to get the Mapro, get the new one. I think it's called the M5 or something like that. It's an actual red dot. It's adjustable, battery powered. That's what I would go with. Otherwise, I would not go with the Mapro Light. They make kind of optics. Go with the Vortex. Go with Leopold. Go with Trichicon. Go with Namepoint. All those work great. Avoid Mapro Light. And that's coming from someone that used that during the service. They're not that good of optics. But if that's what you want, that's what you want to go for. Yeah, the Mapro More is a great optic. However, they're extremely expensive and it's super bulky. Like, this is bulky, the Mapro More is like double that size almost. So I wouldn't go with it. Yeah, way more expensive. Like I said, for the price that Mapro Light sells stuff in the US, you can just get a lot better equipment. I love the Trichicon MRO. I have that on 2 rifles. I have 2 of them, a green dot and a red dot. A bunch of my students have them. They're super happy with them. Aim points are phenomenal optics, which is really expensive. Vortex, like I said, Vortex, probably the best price optics out there, very reliable. I haven't had any issues with mine. Just like any holographic sight, the battery doesn't last as much as like a regular red dot. But yeah, guys. Yeah. But yeah, Mapro Light, if you can afford the high end, great, but just realize it's super bulky. Go with something small and something that's usable. I was thinking about it like this, guys. I could go for the top end, top shelf gear, or I can deal with what I got and spend that money training and then outshoot people with the top end gear. What do you prefer? Do you want to look cool or do you want to shoot well? I like to shoot well. I don't do things for the gram. I do things for my own skill level, for my own ability, and so shoot. Technica Center Axis Relock. Great for John Wick. I haven't played with it a whole lot. Here's my 2 cents on it. There's nothing natural about shooting like this. It's a weird position. And I haven't seen anyone that has been able to prove me otherwise. I'm sure there's some uses for it inside vehicles and close proximity. But for the most part, it looks very theatrical, very John Wick, and not very practical. So until someone convinces me otherwise, stick to the known knowledge and what people use, but this weird positioning and stuff, avoid it. I only have one guy that used it, who was a handicapped gentleman. You've probably seen him in some of my videos. And he just cannot lean over, so it's the most practical position for him. Otherwise, just shoot more. It works much better. Getting that dry fire in. Susu, say hi. Susu, what's up, buddy? Doing your dry fire? Yeah? You didn't skip leg day, did you? Good. Zo. Leg. 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 Okay. Get him out of the way. I don't want to whack him in the face with a muzzle. Alright guys, a couple more reps to finish up. I got some other shit I gotta do. Pistol shooting with gloves for or against? Great question. If your work is done in gloves, then you should shoot with gloves. If you never wear gloves, like me, almost never, then you should train without gloves. It's really up to what your training is. There's a difference in feel on the trigger, on the pull, on everything, on the grip when you work with gloves. And also you gotta make sure that you can get your finger in the trigger guard with gloves, right? Some trigger guards are a little bit smaller, and then it's harder to get your finger in. So it's really up to you what your end use is. But if you use gloves on a regular basis, you should train with gloves. If you wear gloves because you have office worker hands and you can't handle shooting a gun for too long without getting blisters, then maybe you should be training with gloves all the time. Or maybe you should just toughen up your hands and get used to shooting without gloves. I use gloves in some of my courses, especially if I'm heavily demoing things and we're dealing with moving objects all the time. I just want to mess up my hands so I won't be able to demo for safety more than anything. But if you don't use gloves, you go here and there to the range, don't use gloves. There's no point. But yes, I have gloves. I have these ones that are very light, they're vents. I actually like the impacts more just because they protect the fingers a little bit more. It's always a good thing to have in the range because you're constantly moving barricades and ammo cans and things are bumping into you, so it's always better to protect your hands. All right, last 2 reps. Alright guys, thank you for watching. Hope you guys have a great day. We got a lot of combat courses coming up for the summer. Combat pistols, 2 weeks away. Basic and advanced, Krav Maga, shooting, working from concealment, dealing with stress, dealing with multiple targets. It's going to be a great class. I know most of the crew that's coming, so we're gonna have lots of fun. Followed by combat pistol ground fighting, hardest, toughest, and most fun course we have. I'm not going to talk about it too much. Watch the video. It's self-explanatory. And of course, to finish out in June, we have combat rifle. A lot of people asking me about AR shooting, and that's actually my bread and butter. That's what I started on. So check that out as well, combat rifle fundamentals. Otherwise, guys, I'll be in Israel in July. So if you're there and want to hang out, let me know. Guys, thank you for watching. Have a great day.